So in this presentation, you are going to see what is meant by continuous sampling plans. There are three continuous sampling plans. One is CSP1, CSP2, and CSP3. So as I said, acceptance sampling plans are used during the production to test units submitted for evaluation against certain hypotheses. From a manufacturing perspective, acceptance would provide a check on quality control processes. In this sample, of course, I'm talking about acceptance sampling. So in this plan, product are drawn from the lots and decision of acceptance or rejection of the lot is made on the basis of sample. So accepting or rejecting a lot or unit is synonymous with not rejecting or rejecting the null hypothesis in the hypothesis stage. So similar to hypothesis testing. We have already seen what is meant by producer's risk and consumer's risk, right? Because grouping into lots is not always advantageous, not possible also, continuous sampling plan as described below takes a slightly different approach to quality control in manufacturing. So as I said, when the manufacturing process, we are not able to segregate the manufactured product in different lots, then the acceptance sampling procedure or plan is not useful or is not employable also. So in such situation, we have to use different plan. One of them is continuous sampling plan. So as I said, there are three continuous sampling plans, CSP1, CSP2, CSP3. So let us take the first plan first, that is continuous sampling plan 1. This plan was introduced by Dodge in 1943 and has introduced the concept of continuous sampling and provides the mathematical rationale and rules of operation for first continuous sampling plan known as CSP1. It is used where product flow is continuous and not easily grouped into a lots, as I said. The two parameters exist for continuous sampling plan are frequency and the clearing number. Of course, when we will discuss the step-by-step procedure of CSP1, you will understand what is meant by frequency and the clearing number. So these are the two parameters, two numbers that are very important as far as any continuous sampling plan is concerned. The frequency is defined by a number such as 1/2, 1/3, or 1/x, whereas the clearing number I is a number such as 30 or 60. So if a company checks all its product, so what is the procedure basically CSP1? So CSP, according to CSP1, company will check all its product under, of course, manufacturing products until 100% of I number of units inspected and found to be defect free. In other words, what it means that suppose the products are manufactured one after another. So the company inspector or inspecting officer who is checking that particular product will check each and every unit of that particular product and will continue this procedure till I number of units are inspected and found to be defect free. That means there is no item which is defective as far as that inspection is concerned. So for example, if I is equal to 30, then inspector will inspect each item and will continue this 100% inspection till 30 units are defect free. That means the manufactured product he is inspecting, if all the 30 units manufactured product is defect free, then this particular condition is satisfied. That means 100% inspection of I number of units are inspected and found to be defect free. If this situation occurs, then the 100% inspection of I number of units are found to be defect free, then 100% inspection is ceased. That means it will stop, he will stop the 100% inspection. And after that, he will inspect every X number of units that is presented to him. So suppose X is equal to 3. So from the once the 100% inspection stops, then he will inspect only one item out of 3 items presented to him for inspection. So that means he is inspecting only one item out of 3. So if X 1 by X is that particular frequency, then he will inspect only one item out of X number of units. He can choose any item. That means the randomness is there. He can choose any item, first unit, second unit, or third unit in the case of 1 by 3 when F is 1 by 3. But he will not inspect all the 3 items, but will inspect only one out of 3 items. So this is nothing but the sampling inspection at this particular point. So this sampling inspection or sampling continues until a defect is found. As soon as the defect is observed, then he will stop that sampling and will again revert back to 100% inspection. That means the step 1. He will again inspect all the items presented to him till I number of units has been found to be defect free. So this cycle will go on, and that is nothing but your continuous sampling plan. Again, so if you found all the items as a defect free, he will again go back to sampling inspection or sampling and will observe only 1 by X unit. That means one item out of X items presented to him for inspection. So this procedure can continue. So that is nothing but your CSP1. So continuous sampling plan is simple and be carried out in 3 steps. Inspect all I data. If no defects are found, randomly sample fraction of F of data and check again for defects. Whenever a defect is found, correct the flaw and repeat to step 1. Step 1 means 100% inspection. So that is your continuous sampling plan. Of course, as I said, there are 2 main parameters of F and I to be considered here when we execute basically the continuous sampling plan. All other relevant measures of continuous sampling plan are: 1 is the clearance number, that is I. P is incoming quality level. PA is the probability of accepting an incoming unit, if it is of course defect free. QI will be equal to 1 minus PA. I, we know that is nothing but clearance number. And N is nothing but the lot size, right? The 2 parameters F and I which can be changed at will, and in general, I is an integer, F is a fraction, generally lies between 0 to 1. The average fraction of total production, that is the PA, that is accepted or passed on a sampling basis, is given by this particular expression. Of course, as I said, we will not go into the derivation of this expression, but PA, that is nothing but accepted or passed on sampling basis, that is probability, is given by this particular expression. So this is nothing but your continuous sampling plan. In continuous sampling plan 2, it's of course the improvement over CSP1. So continuous sampling plan 2 is based on 3 parameters. If you remember, in continuous sampling plan, there were 2 parameters, the frequency and the clearing number. Here there is one more parameter. So the 3 parameters are frequency, then the clearing number, and then K, the minimum number of conforming units required between any 2 non-conforming units. Non-conforming units matlab defective, and conforming units means the non-defective units. So using these 3 numbers, then the continuous sampling plan 2 can be executed. So it is described as: first, inspect 100% of the units consecutively or sequentially as produced. Continue such inspection until I units in succession are found clear of defects. In other words, if I number of units in succession are found to be non-defective, then we will stop the 100% inspection, similar to the continuous sampling plan 1. When I units in succession are found clear of defects, discontinue 100% inspection and inspect only a fraction of the unit. For example, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, or up to 1 by x. Right? So that is nothing but your fraction of the units that we are going to inspect. Selecting, of course, individual sampling units one at a time from the flow of product in such a manner it assures an unbiased sample. That means we are going to draw randomly the units to be inspected. When a defect is found in, of course, sampling, when we are doing a sampling for inspection, when a defect is found, continue the sampling. Now, if you remember in CSP1, as soon as the defect is found, we will revert back to the 100% inspection. But in continuous sampling plan 2, when a defect is found, continue the sampling, but keep the count of the number of units inspected after finding the defect. So as soon as you found the defect, you will not go back to the 100% inspection, but you will count the number of units inspected after finding the defect. Now, again, if a defect is found in the next K or less number of units inspected, then revert back to 100% inspection. So you will go back to 100% inspection if again a second defect is found in the next K or less number of units. But if no defect is found in the next K sample units, then continue the sampling units till the next defect is again found. That means we are looking for now the third defect. If the third defect is found, then go back to step 1. So that is basically the improvement as far as the CSP1 and CSP2 is concerned. Because in CSP1, you will again go back to 100% inspection as soon as you found or observe one defect. Whereas here, if the defect is observed, then you will count the number of units to be inspected. And if again the defect is found in K or less number of units, then you will go back to 100% inspection. Otherwise, if the next defect is obtained after K units, then you will still continue the sampling. And then the third unit, if it is observed to be defective, then only you will go back to 100% inspection. That means you will go back to step number 1. So that is basically CSP2. So to obtain the average fraction of total production accepted on a sampling basis, we assume K equal to I. Hence, the average fraction of total production accepted on a sampling basis is given by this particular expression. Okay, so this is basically the expression for average fraction of total production accepted on a sampling basis is given by this particular expression. So this is continuous sampling plan 2. Again, a small improvement over this particular plan is again suggested, known as continuous sampling plan 3 or CSP3. CSP3 is a simple improvement over CSP2 plan. Operating procedure of CSP3 is as follows. Inspect 100% of the unit continuously as produced. Continue such an inspection until I units in succession are found clear of defects. When I units in succession are found clear of defects, then only we will go for the sampling. So that means we will discontinue 100% inspection and inspect only a fraction of the units. Of course, selecting individual sampling units for this particular sampling should be done in random manner so that it assures an unbiased sample. When a defective is found, inspect the next 4 units. So this is basically the difference between CSP2 and CSP3. When a defect is found, then we inspect only next 4 units. If a defect is found in the next 4 units, revert to 100% inspection. Of course, as that means revert back to step 1. If no defect is found in the 4 units, continue the sampling, but keep the count of number of units inspected after finding the defect. So for such situation, average fraction of total production accepted on a sampling basis is given by this particular expression. You can see here 4 is introduced. Of course, as I said, we are not going to discuss how this particular expression is derived, but this is basically the average fraction of total production accepted on sampling basis in continuous sampling plan 3. So these are the 3 continuous sampling plans, CSP1, CSP2 and CSP3. Just an introduction as far as the your scope of syllabus is concerned. So that is what I wanted to discuss, the CSP1, CSP2 and CSP3. So thank you. So